part of that scripture, yo. Yo, you been getting in the way of what you knock you down. Yes, but we gonna bring the light, yeah. A Max Speed production, baby. You know what it is. Listen, I'm known to tell you to fight back. There's no need to sell crack just to live fat. Why don't black superstars simply give back when they know it's a struggle just to live black? Can you picture that, Mr. Aristocrat? I'm coming from the bottom, rising to the top, and conscious is the tone on the CDs I drop. I won't flip-flop like a black bass, but I will put a message in the song before I hook your ass. See, we first class living, worse than slaves of the earlier days, and we adapted the ways of the slave master. I stand upon it, the very rock which put your people in bondage just to get 100. The big face kind, and it don't matter if it's making people lose their freaking mind. That's why I'm speaking mine. Hopefully they change yours to pull you out of these streets from these drugs and strange whores. Huh. Is anybody
Turn the light on. We don't need a light on. Light is unnecessary.
It's like we died inside, no longer having pride. We're still for rides, a new skill to hide. And like the red tide, go and get our heads down. Rebel against the laws in the cities we reside. Sleep the circumstance, though our eyes open wide.
Oh, Mark, Mel, what's going on, beloved? Glad more people come in.
Like your man on death row when his relatives cry. His death a mistake because somebody lied. And we can only pray that Christ is by his side. Convicted on the statement implied with no proof. Now will the warden cry that he killed another youth? I truly doubt it. That's why we stay in the booth. Just cause it ain't enough. We should demand and show proof. And if they overlook our voices, then we raise the roof. Which one of y'all do?
Yeah, my mouth is salt.
Being that I feel like I'm a slave, maybe slave, you know, man. You made a serious mistake, baby. Slave to me, homie. Slave to the system.
I actually hate hearing that word, but people are slaves now.
Slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with you, wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with you, I wanna see my folk free.
All right.
A slave to the
system.
You
already know, family. Ganja. I got y'all. What's up, Robert?
To the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with you, I wanna see my folk free. Hold up a minute, fam. Let me ask you this. Did your last promotion offer you an ass to kiss? Hashtag for this. I know a better way, admitting honestly. Wonder why you bastard shit. Your heart's got to be right to make it from here. For animosity and hate, you can place it here. No time for pity. We partying all the way. No time to be the victim. We got a call to take. Keep it square and watch God fall to fate. A linebacker reads well before they call the play. Hoping you always say, hoping we always pray. Invest a little bit of time in the talk today. Forget the ball and play. We got stakes in Israel with much more beef than the shark.
Why they always send it to me like this? I just want the refill. Damn, I got another one, man. Y'all know I already got all this stuff. I already got the silver. I already got it. I just always use the black one. For those who don't know, this is my third one. I gotta tell them, I'm looking for the refill and they keep sending me this. If you want one, you can have one. He's gonna leave it in here, man. I thought I was getting a refill. They sent me the whole damn thing again. This is the other one I like. I don't like mud water too much, so they got a bad one. But those are really good. Mushroom coffee. Even the lady's like, that's the first time I ever gave you something. The lady, she's about to retire. She's like, I'm surprised it's the first time I ever gave you something was a book. I was like, I know, right? I think it's a refill because it says Doze on it. But they're sending me the whole thing. And they're not sending me just the pack. I don't know. I'm eating a steak, y'all. I ran out of salt. Well, I had a little bit, but I cooked with it. So I cooked with it. I needed something. I don't know. See, that honey kind of funny, man. Let my boy test it. I took some, man. I started feeling a little weird. I was like, wait a minute. This honey, we already ate. We all took of this shit, but well, I said, let me test it because I know I'm weird when it comes to certain foods and shit. You know what? It's good. Yeah. You never know. You know if it was selling shit. And my body reacts to certain things. Not allergic, but it lets me know, yay or nay. You know what I mean? I'll listen to it. Oh.
Feeling your pain, down and out in life, saying your prayers, but not seeing the change. We in the sin nation. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be rich, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be rich, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be rich, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be rich, I wanna see my folk free.
That's enough for now. It's so good. They don't need salt, but damn, it's good. No apologies for sitting here eating in front of you. I mean, shit, I'm live. Okay, bro. All right.
Yo kid, you can take my advice and dismiss the current hit list. These cats are getting fat from facades and illusions, causing grief and confusion. God knows the rap game need a new son. Here I am, here Lord you can use me. Please don't let the industry abuse me and let the anointing choose me. And the sheep that's walking to sleep will rise this groovy. I'm taking strong stands and they can't move me. I'm armed with the verbal Uzi. I'm on my good foot and watching my steps quiet as kept. If you gamble, place your bets, but God is with me. And there's no way to win playing the odds against me. Most of these cats have money, but they soul is empty. And they guilty as the one who stole Creepy Kenty. 1 million man gathered won't change a thing. If we only choose to hate a slang or gang bang, we will never see a change. Are you tired of this rap music? Are you tired of this rap music? Yes. It's much more than great music. Yo, I know you are. Be real with me.
Put this on. Put this back.
Hold on for this second, bro. Can you hear me now? Look, it should be crystal clear. Can you hear me now? It's like I'm right in your ear. Can you hear me now? I have a real important question. Can you hear me now? Get your pen as I wreck it. I'm making moves back, very kept close. It's a hustle and slang those tracks on both coasts. In the Gulf of Mexico, they all know. And yo, bro, They feeling the pulse and they begging for more.
Here these motherfuckers go with that torch. Hold on, let me do something right quick. I know they full of shit. That's frequencies, man. Nobody got time for this shit.
Whether you're straight as an arrow or you're prone to spark. After you think that's what's gonna ever get right, when they're only seeing us in a negative light. Just to change things, I'm using all of my might, but yet we arguing fights throughout the day and night. If you're a crackhead, show me who you're mixing with. See, I can act as though fixing your relationship. Maybe it's the person that you're dealing with, causing you to spill off into the dealer's pit. This time around, is a this time around. This time around, we be keeping it tight. So don't see
Some said, oh, he's coming. I know he's coming.
This the president's right. I was supposed to call, but he's not. If he's
Anybody moving there, moving out.
ain't no man perfect. We all have flaws, but it's a force of wisdom for all of y'all.
One day I'm gonna unleash some shit and ain't nothing they can do to stop it. And they better hope they're not the antagonist that causes it before it's done. Stupid asses. Yo, so what's cracking, y'all? Yeah, I just wanted to, government's lies. They're all lies. And you can see much information on it. I just wanted to go into a few things. As you see, these motherfuckers can go over there, murdering people, and think they can come over here, run this country, because they got enough dumbass puppets who want to be something that they never would be or never will be. So you have the House Republicans, right? The Senate, whatever, right? In Tennessee, I want to show you how dumb this fucking government, this little secret society of motherfuckers is. It don't matter who's manipulating them. I'm going to show you how dumb they are. First of all, let's go to the Keith Group, which is a fucking Zionist bullshit. All right? And they got a shield up there and everything else. And if you want to see the shield, based on Harvard University, you sure already know. Because it's no university, and fucking Harvard ain't got shit to do with what they're saying. We received many emails, chemtrails conspiracy theory. We received many emails and letters asking me about chemtrails. Many expressed deep concern. Some are abusive and threatening. And this page gives our views on the topic. They always got to use words as if it means something. When you're doing something because you're not allocating yourself to discuss or talk to them, knowing good and goddamn well, you're probably behind something that's... Because you got sick motherfuckers that'll do something, regardless if it takes their life. So background, chemtrails refers to the theory. It's not a fucking theory. But this is the dumbass CIA does this. Just like the original video y'all see, when robbing the president gets shot in the head, and they show him, the guy turning around, what you don't pay attention is to the tree. It's showing half a fucking tree. They edited it out. The real one shows the guy turning around with a gun, and you can see the bullet slowly penetrate his fucking skull and blow it off. Yes, the driver and the car, the fucking fake Jew, the motherfucker, you know his name, the driver, shoots President Kennedy in the fucking head, turns around, and takes off. After everybody else shoots and misses this, that, and the other with the Vomishka woman, who happens to be Rockefeller's sister, standing there smiling, taking fucking pictures. But protected with her secret police dodging and moving. Look at it. I don't know why you guys and you people haven't seen it. Like, you don't look at everything. You just looking at the car because you want to see brain matter, but you don't want to see what's obvious in the fucking photo. That has been photoshopped. And they still have the nerve to think when they're the ones doing the shit that they can just write it out and call it conspiracy theory. Didn't we already break that down? So chemtrails refers to the theory that governments or other parties are engaged in a secret program to add toxic chemicals to the atmosphere from aircraft in a way that forms visible plumes in the sky, somewhat similar to contrails. Various different motivations for this alleged spraying are speculated, including sterilization, reduction of life expectancy, mind control, or weather control. They've already admitted to the motherfuckers. Now, mind you, okay, you can go on and see the date when this bullshit was printed up. Excuse me. Okay? Our research on albedo modification, ALBEDO, modification, we work on theoretical proposals for combating global warming called solar geoengineering or albedo modification. There's no goddamn global warming. They got too many knuckleheads, especially Karens and Kens, running around pushing that bullshit. Anyway, there was nothing wrong with the fucking Earth until they started making something wrong. These are technologies that might enable people to add materials to the Earth's atmosphere to reflect a bit more sunlight back to space. There is no fucking space. They'd already been debunked on that. But they continue because they believe they have without knowing enough dummies to buy into it, when the majority haven't bought into it. That might enable people to add materials to the Earth's atmosphere to reflect a bit more sunlight back to space, partially masking or reducing the climate change due to accumulated greenhouse gases. There are some other things that don't like this atmosphere. This is more suited to you, which they've been slowly manipulating. So when they show themselves in force in the stand, I guess you could say John Travolta, fucking Earth, whatever that shit is. Also, to be dismissive and to express it on bullshit that they know very well about, NASA is Nasab, what means to deceive. The serpent's tongue, everything y'all buy into, Oppenheimer and all them motherfuckers. Come on, y'all, stop being... All right, we're going to talk about sources and references, all right? But this is based on the reality of shit I actually fucking know. All right? We're confident that there is no currently active program to actually test or implement albedo modification outdoors. Bullshit, there are old women and men walking around testing all the shit. Their hands on the ground, on their fucking cars. Watch, they set up 24-hour, 7-day-a-week cameras, and they go out and they collect the shit and they test it, and it comes back with all kind of fucking things in it, even some chemicals that have become less. And yet you have people talking about it. The mainstay fucking people. From universities where they slip shit out, or it's funny because most people never pay attention to it because they're too busy running around the corner and the block, burning goofy crosses, wearing white smocks, talking about white supremacy or blacks and running around killing each other, talking about all these other things other than what the fuck they need to be talking about. Who created that? Well, we know frequencies. Who got together in 1930 what? To change the frequency to 440, which fucks everything up. What about the 808 hitting so heavy? What it does to the body? How about the fact that they're poisoning all the food? They want you to believe in a staple that wasn't what the woman created. All right? That they changed, which adds no life to you but takes the fuck away. But these motherfuckers want you to listen to them and go, oh, hey, okay, yeah, sure. We're satisfied. That's all what the fuck government's for. These stupid motherfuckers, that's why I tell you these fake Jews are fucking monkeys. And y'all don't see them for what they are. Okay? Converts. They don't even know who the real motherfuckers are. They're so delusional in their fake white superiority. Running around murdering, well, we all say brown people. They're just stupid. And who you think's behind Harvard and all that? So check it out. We are confident that there is no currently active program to actually test or implement albedo modification outdoors. We are not now involved in outdoor experimentation. Do we have to go back to what they sprayed on the West Coast in the 70s? Do we have to go back to the 60s, New Jersey and everything else? Texas, Oklahoma? Do we have to go back into that? Pull up their docs that are unredacted, that show clearly what the fuck they were doing. The CI fucking A. Which is Mossad. They're all one and the fucking same. They get you in there, they show you some shit nobody else gets to see. We're talking about the deep motherfuckers. They believe the ones who can handle it. Okay? And then who you think they were smart enough to do this shit on their own? Stop being stupid. We are not now involved in outdoor experimentation again. Though we are indeed actively developing proposals for field experiments, this experiment will proceed only if it is conducted in a fully transparent and public manner. That's like the USDA and the FDA regulating shit, huh? So instead of non-GMO, it's going bioengineered. How about the fact that this is not a fucking orange? How about the fact that an apple was about as big as your fucking thumb? And they were tart. How about the fact bananas were bitter, like most fruits and vegetables? And they were small, brittle, you know what I'm saying, with lots of seeds. Oranges was as big as a goddamn, no, I'm serious. They were as big as a goddamn yam. And sweet potatoes is some made up bullshit. How about the fact that they've got out of touch doing the goofy shit they do? They've been robbing you of minerals and everything else, and now they're even farming and fucking with sea moss and all the other things. How about black seed oil? Where the fuck does... I mean, everybody knows omega-3 is important. Omega-9 we can make it with. Omega-6 is fucking deadly. But why is black seed oil all of a sudden got omega-6 the fuck in it? What? Somebody, please. How about the fact we used to walk around and eat wild berries, raspberries, blueberries, currant, all that shit all day growing up, whether in New York, New Jersey, wherever the fuck, growing on fences and everything. Now you can't hardly find them nowhere unless you go to somewhere where they're farming them or something. It was called the Garden State for a fucking reason, all the way down to Georgia. You walk around picking up all kind of different nuts off the ground from the fucking pecan trees and oranges that were fucking like that big and shit. Oh no, Sunkist started to get the first or second modified ones, which was about that big, going to Japan because they was willing to pay the millions and billions of dollars. And then y'all and the rest of us were getting the bullshit that they were adding glyphosates and everything else to, and talking about putting it in fucking Tropicana and bullshit like that, Sunkist, while they were knowingly poisoning you motherfuckers. Where was the potassium and all that shit, the real shit? Vitamin C, huh? How come they weren't telling you the truth about how the sun performs? But you got goofy motherfucking weirdos like Gates who ain't create shit, all right? Fucking that other knucklehead fake book, that CIA operative, motherfucking, you know who I'm talking about. Weird brown head, mad comic book looking motherfucker. Richie Rich punk motherfucker. All these men I study positions just so building a bunker. I guess he's not getting a free ride. So this is what I'm talking about. And then you think about the knuckleheads behind that would protect these goofy motherfuckers who are out and causing harm, or at least the face of it. I'm not advocating violence. That's the fuck thing I need. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying, look, y'all need to look and understand why you're not fucking getting everything together here. All right? Man. Look, man, the motherfuckers got it on lock, man. Hey, boy, they took the time while everybody was running around thinking they good shit, standing in front of everybody with ego. Look at me, I'm the teacher of the year. Oh, I'm on this, that, and the other. I'm the head of the administration. The doctor's going, oh, I got an LLC. You know, look at me, motherfucker. I got a business. I'm making pastries and shit up. Further add to the destruction with the poisons they made. Y'all don't get it. Everybody in it for themselves, but you won't come the fuck together, man. So here we go with their bullshit terminology. The chemtrails conspiracy theory. Oh, let me bring you the last little bit of this shit. Fully transparent in public manner and only if it passes comprehensive independent safety review. Comprehensive, independent. That means somebody who could word the shit in a way that most of you motherfuckers don't know. Not even legalese. Throw a bunch of flabbergasted words around and give you a whole asinine bunch of shit that you're supposed to just take because they say so. Silver diode. I mean, come on. What the fuck? Serida, whatever that shit is. They put in a key acid rain, 1970s. The experimental plans, operations, and results will be publicly available and freely usable. No patenting. So it is experimental. We are not now involved in outdoor experimentation. Now, the experimental plans, operations, results will be publicly available and freely usable. They contradict and say the shit right in your face, but nobody knows how to fucking read. Though we are indeed actively developing proposals to field experiments. For what? They said they want to pass off that bullshit. Oh yeah, the earth is getting hotter. Well, who the fuck and what they doing to make it hotter? It ain't got shit to do with the goddamn sun. That's a correction. The chemtrails conspiracy theory. Because of the apparent similarities between the proposed implementation methods for albedo modification, such as injecting reflective particles into the stratosphere, and isn't that fiberglass supposedly? And the alleged methods of production chemtrails, some people have linked the notion of chemtrails to the study of it's ALBEDO, what the fuck ever that means. Albedo modification, some bullshit. There is no evidence of the existence of chemtrails. Who the fuck is that? Is this one of the pilots flying the train that mixes the shit up and pours it into the vats? Or some monkey sitting there going, yeah, we don't know nothing yet. Let's let it pass. This is how these motherfuckers do what they do. We're not killing children while it's all time. They got these narcissistic, sadistic motherfuckers they groom, taking pot shots, shooting little babies and kids in the head. Fuck is wrong with these niggas? And then what they done to our people on this land, as if that's supposed to be a mainstay, like we're just gonna allow it much longer? Fuck is wrong with these niggas? There is no evidence of the existence of chemtrails. They can have their monkeys dress up all they want, acting like everybody else with this act to work what they have to train on, don't mean a goddamn thing no more. If they knew it was smart, be like, pull them. But they're not smart. So fuck it. If y'all see me turning red, it's not skin red. It's not me turning flush. You're just getting to see a little different me. And I'm doing my best to hold it. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. Why the fuck would it have to be extraordinary? When it's like if you say I'm putting bread in the toaster and you push it down, you're toasting it, unless there's no fucking power. The claim that there is a large-scale secret program to spray materials from aircraft is extraordinary. They're saying, oh, bah humbug, that is just crazy. Listen to us. We are the people who talk calm. We represent, we're always on TV, and we just love being here in the center with our egos and to say whatever the motherfucking prompt says. And yes, you're crazy because they're not the ones writing this shit. Yet all the evidence we have seen to date has been very weak. The most common claim is simply that aircraft contrails look different. Without any cooperative analysis, this as convincing as saying that alien beings walk among in disguise as people because some people act very strangely. Well, they look you and you. That's like I'm a motherfucking governor sitting up here looking like in the state looking retarded as fuck, eating French fries that are fucking deadly, with a burger that I'll make it with roaches after a nuclear fucking holocaust. Going, look at this. And with this, you can get your free jab that AstraZeneca and everybody out. Now, Japan, everybody, they're going after these motherfuckers. But over here with these goofy fake Jews sit up behind here with their Gujar relatives, who you can call Hindi or whatever, knocking all of them because all of them ain't bad. But I got to say this, still pushing. Oh, like they're in control and they don't realize they don't have no real fucking control. Fuck around and find out. Comments for people who believe in chemtrails. Who the fuck believes when they have a knowledge of knowing? These are some dumb son of a bitches, boy. They want to keep pressing and pressing and pressing until there's nothing there. I'm going to keep using sources and references for information. So this one, you can go to Harvard to these fake motherfuckers with their goofy shield. If you know what you're looking at, you know what you see when you look at this shield. For those who know. So anyway, Minnesota Republicans who have had enough introduced legislation inspired by the chemtrails conspiracy theory. So they throw that in to be dismissive. That's pretty fucked up. Republicans in the legislature, including Senate Assistant Minority Leader Justin Eichhorn, Republican Grand Rapids, have introduced legislation HF 4687/SF 4630, inspired by the chemtrails conspiracy theory. The bill, you know the CIA wrote this shit. The bill contains a mismatch of conspiratorial pseudoscience. So this is conspiratorial pseudoscience. I can pull Flatlanders out, math books by professionals who they want to silence, showing you that the earth is not no spinning fucking ball, but they will say, oh, that's conspiratorial. Because that's what these goofy motherfuckers do. That's the only lame ass shit they got. Other than, oh, we're going to silence the fucking... That ain't stopping shit. Motherfuckers know a lot more than what people with these monkeys think. All right? That shows how dumb they are, because most of them stayed quiet, even though they had a number of motherfuckers who know different. It requires county sheriffs to investigate citizens' complaints of polluting atmospheric activity and grants the governor the authority to call up the National Guard and ground any aircraft suspected of spreading pollutants. Let me pull something up, all right? Because y'all know that everything is frequency and energy, right? And there's negative. So you know the bastards got to lie. So, if you go to sources like Quora, which is a questionable thing where it's database of many people speaking, I would advise you to steer clear of these dumb motherfuckers. But some of them will throw some shit in there that would fuck Quora up with their first individuals who write the bullshit they do. Usually they write, does living near high voltage power lines about 100 feet increase my risk of cancer and leukemia? Now, those of us from Jersey and New York and other places like that who know what happened, and they started moving those things and people started suing because in those places where power lines were right next to the house and them little areas out there in the sticks and stuff, they had higher rates of leukemia and cancer for whatever reason. We know what happened. We know what happened in the 80s and 90s. We don't have to go there, but we're going to read some shit and see what these monkeys, because you know who's behind it. Can you get cancer from living near power lines? Let's see what the first one is, okay? I hate reading these little dumb motherfuckers. What is the current research on living near transmission power lines and cancer? So anyway, what the fuck? What was that? Is that what they do now? The possible health concerns of living near power lines, notably in terms of cancer, have been the focus of scientific inquiry and popular concern. To present, however, scientific evidence does not show a definitive link between residential power line exposure and an increased risk of acquiring cancer. Here are a few highlights. Electromagnetic fields, EMFs. Power lines and electromagnetic fields, which are a combination of electric and magnetic fields. EMFs are present in various everyday sources, including applications, appliances, electronics, and power distribution systems, capacitors, and the like, for those. The potential health effects, well, there's a whole lot more to read there. So they have the EMF, the research, which would be findings into, which would be numerous scientific studies have been conducted to investigate the association between power lines and cancer. The majority of well-designed studies, well-designed by who? Have failed to establish a consistent and convincing link between we are the police, we fucked you up, and we're going to investigate ourselves. And besides that, because we're sloppy and fucked up, we're going to have quality immunity, which doesn't really mean shit, only to those who are indoctrinated, because the motherfuckers don't know law. International Health Organization, International Health, IHO, such as the World Health Organization, WHO, who wants to cut back to 500 million people, and the National Cancer Institute, NCI, have evaluated the available evidence of EMF and cancer. They have concluded that the current scientific literature does not demonstrate a clear, consistent, and strong link between residential EMF, the people who want to usher in their messiah and create one world religion. You want to listen to these dumb motherfuckers? What do they say about the food that you eat? Why is it that 90%, 99% of the cereals out here that you buy is pure garbage and toxic and fucking poison? We all ate the Cheerios believing it was good for your heart. There's one ingredient that shows you it's one of the main things in clogging the heart. This is real findings based on real science. Why is the science is fucked with the food, but they don't put nothing out there about what the real food look like, talking about because they want health as well. We want to feed everybody. When everybody was starving because of the wars, the CIA and all these places was fucking created with MI6 and all MI5 and Mossad and all these other motherfuckers. How come they don't say that? Because these motherfuckers are dumb, paid, and scripted. And you motherfuckers keep buying into it instead of coming together, having your goddamn greenhouse and making your own shit. You still want to go, I'm going to buy this. Food's got to be in the hand because you've been ignorant. You have converted to one thing, denied the other based on false plausibilities only because you've subjugated yourself and allowed yourself to be further perverted. Let's read this one. Long after an 80s scare, this is the New York Times, everything is Harvard, whatever, with my assertions. Long after the 80s scare, suspicion of power lines prevails. No, I didn't ask, dumb motherfucker. If you're old enough to have been watching television before the advent of plasma screens, plasma, blood, energy. Anyway, your parents may very well have ordered you not to sit too close to the set. I mean, isn't it funny that they say, oh, energy doesn't affect you, blah, 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 right? But if you have a cardiac, electric, blood, plasma, for those wellness shit, plasma energy engines. And the first thing they want to do to get you jump started is electric charge. Well, usually when you jump a fucking dead battery, it means it needs electric current to get the electric current flowing. So that way your starter will keep it fucking running, not pumping blood, which is your organs, your stomach, and everything else that makes happen, which is the power and fluid lines. That's why you have a radiator and all these other coolers and oil and everything else. Why is it that y'all can't understand simple shit to which we fucking invented? Which they sit here and they perverse. Let me read some more of this shit. If you are old enough to have been watching television before the advent of plasma screens, your parents may very well have ordered you not to sit too close to the set. You remember that? Your hair standing and shit, or zap, pow, right? And it was stronger then. Bad for your eyes, they probably said. Worse, they warned the TV's cathode's ray tube emitted radiation that could cause who knows how much harm. Comparable fears arose when microwave ovens came along, and they are deadly. That's the last finding. Reflected even in our language, how reassuring could it be to have your dinner nuked? Hair dryers, cordless phones, computers, cell phones, and the sort. What do they say about sun gazing heals your eyes? Looking at these screens because of how they're made, fucks your eyes up. And there's a lot of people walking around right now with glasses, reading glasses, and they got all these protective things over their screen, even in professional jobs, because of it. But anyway, let's carry on. Anyway, people now take for granted have all at some point caused concern. With many of them, the perceived villains are the waves of radiation that they emit, known as electromagnetic fields. The magnetic part is the big worry, anxiety over possible damage that it inflicts on the body. Scientific studies suggest there is some correlation between magnetic fields and the risks of certain cancers, notably leukemia. No, I did not say that. Insurance. That said, the incident of leukemia in young people is so low to begin with, and the electromagnetic, well, you know, it's only a handful of motherfuckers that live right directly under the goddamn things. Throbbing in most devices is so faint. If that's the case, then why is it we shouldn't be standing around the fucking radar on the aircraft when they're doing tests? And they take it way out there while the guys in the EMI protected fucking cockpit doing the radar tests that sometimes you find dead animals. So this is what the fuck they want to push. This is how they do it to get by doing the dumb shit they do. But fear is a persistent devil. A prominent example of it is, I'm not saying be afraid of shit. Don't worry about it is what I tell you. Is this latest offering from Retro Report, part of a weekly series of video documentaries harking back to major news stories of the past. In the late 1980s, powerful dread gripped parts of the country after reports that clusters of cancer had developed among children whose families lived near high voltage power lines. Parents in those places panicked at the very thought that an object that made so much of modern life possible, an electrical distribution line, was a potential menace to their loved ones. They were hardly put at ease by findings like those from David A. Savitz, an epidemiologist who was at the University of North Carolina back then and is now at Brown University. He concluded that children who lived near power lines were twice as likely to develop cancer as those who did not. You got to remember, those are underdeveloped. Like, your brain really doesn't fully develop, which it can develop forever, until you're 25. But they used to say 18, right? Anyway, who did not because of the electromagnetic fields the lines created. But as the years passed, other scientists looked at this issue more closely. And then more closely still, they could not find a pervasive public health peril. Indeed, a committee of the National Research Council, the operating arm of the National Academy of Science, oh my God, you need to look that one up based on that acronym, reported in 1996 that it had found no persuasive evidence that household appliances or power transmission lines presented a threat. These are the lying motherfuckers. Even Professor Savitz came around to a conclusion that, he said, to Retro Report, it's quite questionable whether these fields cause leukemia at all. But he went from one place to what? Y'all need to go and look at his pay differences. You need to know how these motherfuckers move with a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. Now, according to statistics from the Centers of Disease Control, CDC, and Prevention, 1 in every 20,000 American children is at risk of getting leukemia. A child is defined here as a boy or girl, age 14 or under. Good gracious almighty, they're even trying that bullshit here. Proximity to a power line, researchers agree, might raise those odds to 2 in 20,000. Imagine a packed house of children at Madison Square Garden, which has a capacity just shy of 20,000 for a basketball game. Statistically, the likelihood is that one of them has leukemia. If fears about electromagnetic fields are realized, one additional boy or girl in that large area may be affected. Is that a tragedy for those children and their families? Of course. But with numbers so small, does it suggest a health crisis? Well, what is the FDA, what is the USA regulated shit on? Based on what? Numbers, right? And everybody in the last couple of years have been seeing people who are whistleblowers coming and showing that they've been jacking the fucking numbers to fit the narrative to further do things. I told you in the military they tested 5G weapons and the shit worked. They even have one that's so strong, but so you would think it's so weak and small that if they emit the light, it gives you heart problems. You think I'm fucking playing? Why do you think we went from those regular soft yellow lights that people could see well in the distance to fucking LEDs that blind motherfuckers and burn your fucking retina? It's not the fucking sun. Everything is fucking geared against you. But these motherfuckers need to keep you calm. And so they have the monkeys who sit there writing the shit and they'll stand behind you and repeating what you're saying. Because it's so well indoctrinated. And they don't want to fail doing the job. Because Charlie Chat might eat my head. I'm just saying, as long as you stay dumb and lucid and running around in this fictional environment, you're going to be subject to the motherfucker until you rise above it. Okay? I'm here to talk like a fucking adult. Nobody determines what I say. Now, if you want to go and check it out, the fight against cancer, and you know that right now, McDonald's and Coca-Cola, they have a business lucrative with fucking the hospital, as Rockefeller would have had it one of the stated. And matter of fact, when he went to petroleum-based medicines, and when they got rid of him because he was trying, taking over everything, and he turned around and says, well, how about this? Let's get the medicine going. The moment he did, people started dying of cancer and having heart attacks. What's the first thing he did? He opened a heart what? We created the dialysis machine, right? And then some brother turned around and says, well, we can pump. We want to do a heart transplant. Because who was doing the first head surgeries and everything else? Who made the pacemaker? I'm just asking because, we got a lot of Pelicans that come over and watch and they get all upset because they don't know the fucking facts. Except for they've been living a lie for a very long fucking time. It's no hate, man. I'm about some truth, man. And we got some references and sources too. We got many more now. If the motherfuckers want to challenge you. Oh, their fucking shit. This is how they walk, tripping over each of their own fucking feet. And they put it out there. But then they have these monkeys that come along. We're going to debunk this. Well, when we did that, well, that was a mistake. Listen here, buddy. Look, here's the deal. You ought to hear how they train these motherfuckers go. Well, here's the deal. Like, here's the deal, motherfucker. Get the fuck out my face, motherfucker. You goofy. Oh, so you're sovereign? Bitch, everybody's born sovereign the way they're born at, you dumb fuck, for these legalese terms. Let me, I think that's too much wood to go in the fucking fire. So, and on this one, you can go ahead and you can pull up the Goujar who's going to talk about it. The flippity flop, okay? So news media coverage in the 1980s and early 1990s fueled fears of national cancer epidemic caused by power lines. And yet here we are with a cancer epidemic never seen before. Quiet weapons for silent fucking wars. Because you got dumbass people who are silent, and when they open their mouth, they don't think that maybe they should come together and remedy this shit, working together in an environment not as so fucking toxic. Oh, I know. But it's so easy where I'm at. It's so easy the way things are going. What in the flying, inexcusable, explicit, blah, 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 blah are you saying? Los Angeles Times. I had to go to where all the, they control New York, New Jersey, and fucking California by the narrative, not in numbers. Only because we got a lot of dumb Negroes who don't know no better and a bunch of dumb pale skins, light skins who too stupid to get their ass out their head and join together with the brothers because we used to be united, and that's why they had to divide us. Dumb motherfuckers. Cancer and power lines, an uncertain, this is Los Angeles Times. Cancer and power lines, this is 1990, by the way. December 24, 1990. Power lines, an uncertain connection. Health, a 1979 study linked 1989 study linked magnetic field with childhood disease. But the issue is far from settled. It's not just cancer, motherfuckers, but they had the scuttle, what we call in the Navy, they had to scuttle. That means sink this, right? So they had to scuttle it, like pushing aircraft that were damaged off the carrier so it could move a little faster and get some new fresh shit on because that stuff was too damaged, Corsairs or whatever. So they had to scuttle this information. So they needed to give, keep you up to date in the 1990s and 2000s with their bullshit because this is where they were coming to everything you see going on right now. So a 1979 study indicated that childhood cancer rates were higher in families living near high current electric power lines. They were very high because I remember the news watching it. What's called Harold and Dan Rather. Scornful utility officials and many scientists insisted that electromagnetic fields from power lines couldn't possibly affect human health. They didn't do no real studies, but they knew exactly what it could do. But a follow-up study supported the findings, concluding that children living near high current lines were 1.5 to 2 times more likely than others to get cancer. That's a lot, motherfucker. Other studies have found that workers in electrical jobs such as utility linemen, power station operators, and electricians have higher rates of brain cancer, leukemia, and lymphoma. Even us welders. A lot of our guys who I weld with, motherfuckers are, with a family don't even have cancer. Motherfuckers walking around with prostate cancer out this motherfucker, getting motherfucking nodes on their head and shit, having to have brain surgery. I'm telling you, and motherfucking degenerative hip joints and shit. Like if it's radiation beaming through the fucking ground, everybody's getting knee and ankle problems, and then the hip replacements, and some shoulder. Because they're finding tumors, they go in there, they realize it ain't too bad, but they go, oh, we did the work, we got to put a new shoulder in, blah, blah, whatever the fuck it is. You got to look all this stuff up. I might be ad-libbing some of this. But anyway, excuse me. Still, the issue is far from settled. There are ambiguities. I ain't buying shit. Ambiguities in much of the research, and other studies have found no link between illness and electromagnetic EM fields. Nor does anyone know the mechanism by which these fields, even weak ones, may cause harm. If they don't know, how the fuck can they say? This is how they catch themselves. People read it because you read so fast without being able to interpret what the fuck they say or look up certain words so you can have a better grasp on things. You'll go, okay. Well, isn't the Earth being a spinning ball a theory that NASA keeps propping up because there's no real pictures of Earth? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that was just done, updated last year. That's a fact. And two of the people that worked creating the map said we take it from flat pictures and we cut a lot of shit out, and then we got to CGI and make it look a certain way with putting clouds and shit all over the place. Somebody help a brother out here. Huh? Who's the Looney Tunes? And if you want to know more about it, you can go to thecancercenter.com, which is the last motherfucker you want to research, as if they're going to give up the corporate narrative. Exposure to power lines linked to cancer. Okay, now this one is safe space protection. 70% greater risk of leukemia than children living 2,000 feet away for more. And that's by those living at least up to 500, 650 feet away. Now, you can look at safe space protection. You can pull it up. You can go to Nature, residential distance of birth from overhead high voltage power lines, childhood cancer risk in Britain, 1962 to 2008, when the British Journal of Cancer, they are more motherfucking helpful compared to these lying fucking bourgeois that have hijacked a system that they can't even operate right because they need to lie and keep you dummies caught in your divisive tactics. That's on my opinion. Okay, so you be clear. I'm not here to change shit. I'm here hoping that you will see something. I'm not here to change how you perceive shit. I'm just throwing things out. And today I'm going to radically pull a few things out of my fucking rabbits, my magic hat, my top hat, or maybe even out my ass that I feel like might be beneficial to you, to give you a little tea that you can go further research, because this is not the antithesis. Well, this is the antithesis. This is not the whole. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to do some research, because these motherfuckers want to keep doing what they're doing. Because they're fighting wars over there and people are getting drones and dying. They got foreigners here. They train them with the drone equipment. They still have how many tons of ammonium nitrate missing? And I don't even want to get into certain other things. God damn, boy, they got a whole lot of shit just disappeared. I wonder where it's at or who it went to. Listen to me. They have had enough Chinese nationals come over this motherfucker. I don't know if any of them been murdered, grabbed up by the CIA and returned back to be executed, who have said here and said they came to America for freedom, really did. It says, no, there's a lot of Asians that came across that line. They were making sure people this, that, and the other. They came here because the CIA was waiting for the motherfuckers. Now these motherfuckers been saying this shit. I didn't want to get into some of the Arabs who just wanted to get the fuck away from it all. They didn't want to partake in shit. Who said, no, there's a whole bunch of them here, and they picked them up. How the fuck do you make that up? Who picked them up? And why the fuck they give them a jet knowing they terrorists? Y'all don't get it. These fake motherfuckers have been running amok. You got dumbass pale skins who don't know no better. You got a whole bunch of Negroes who think selling out everybody's going to benefit them. But you got motherfuckers that come right off and look at you and see how you move and go. And then you hear them when they get a little sippy. Oh, what the fuck? And everybody's like this. And we looking at everybody making sure, hey, we got a Fed amongst us. They wouldn't make it. But anyway, right? I'm just saying. I'm putting this out there. We got police officers here and they just stay quiet. They watching and waiting. Mom, Dad, that's serious because they say there's some people who are walking around in costume that are questioning. So it's not like motherfuckers don't know and ain't paying attention. But you motherfuckers. Man, don't give me the lip service right now, goddammit. Y'all don't see shit unless I say something. And it needs to change. This is horrible hypothetical. Okay? Don't take my word on nothing. I'm giving you sources, newspapers, you can just, there's hundreds of them. And maybe you find something, maybe you want. What I wanted to show you is the correlation between then and now. How these motherfuckers are so in deep with their lying and perversions. Compared to what truths. Now there's more information there. I don't want you to read. I want you to read it for yourself. Showing you the studies they put up that are based on real studies. Not some motherfucker that don't study shit but gets a paper handed by somebody that says, this is the finest of what we have found. Charleston White III has stated that, matter of factly, the conspiracy of conspiratorial effects of ring EMF by way of a telephone pole is largely misrepresented because this is what powers your home and gives you great lighting and everything else, and so you can use your phones. Oh my God. You know, I gotta, hey, Jason Knight, what's up, beloved? I have to drop shit the way I need to be dropped. You know what I'm saying? Who invented bath salts? Who invented most of the shit you see today? The poisons and toxins. Who turned around and is allowing motherfuckers to make all these vitamins that is shit coming from China, that is perversion, that are nothing but chemicals that are not going to assist to help you, but mask over and fuck you up? Who's allowing it? And that's why you think the FDA goes, well, we don't regulate vitamins. The most important thing that's a staple to the existence of who we are. So the FDA is nothing but a shit stain. No wonder they're arming the USDA and FDA, all these certain little parties with them, arming them up. Because you motherfuckers choose to be ignorant. Oh, that's right, you don't live around them. Why do you think they strategically move these things to certain places and they have the security they have? Oh, that's right. But you motherfuckers can't do shit because you don't know how to unite and come together. I got to take care, I got to do this, but that. You ain't doing shit. Because in a swipe, all gone. Anyway, I appreciate everybody taking time to listen. And I'm going to sit back and let this steak, eat a couple of olives, let it digest. And I just want to come on and share that shit. And I'm going to shout you out. And I'm going to sign the fuck off. Oh, Mac Delusions. What's up, beloved? It's Jamil Shamsi. I got you already, beloved. Tariq Peters. What's going on, beloved? I'm signing. Snoo. What's that? My baby. Herbo. What's happening, beloved? What's great? Devin DeMoore. What's up, beloved? Peace and blessings. Well, we don't say blessings and peace, but we know it's all right. We know we know what we mean. Humble French. What's happening? What's up, beloved? How you doing? Jason Knight. It's good to have you in here. You already know, brother. That's the brother I served with. Carl Ricky, he comes through, he don't say nothing. He'll watch through and be like, God damn, he was on fire. A few other brothers come and watch. And then you got some who are still legitimately in the closet with dealing with some of their apprehensions and stuff based on media and everything and the lies of history. Yeah, people come around in time. You dig what I'm saying? They really do. Anywho, I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen. Right now I'm dealing with 70 on my current exposure of EMF. If EMF wasn't a bad thing, let me pull it up for you. I just want to show you. Okay? Oh, history, motherfucker, history. Okay, I can't show you once more. Anyway, index exposures, right? Usually when it gets to a certain thing, it says, like this is a 70, right? It says, all right, right here it says, it's all right. But then when it gets in the red, it tells you to reach a moderate exposure place. It's saying this is not good. Why? Well, you have glyphosate and all this other shit that's fucking with your endocrine system, right? That's fucking with your your hormones and everything else. Why? Because it's causing your atoms to keep fucking exploding and repairing, which causes aging, but also causes some other things. A cancer is not a cancer until it is subjugated to overreact or overstimuli, which this shit does. So right now, I went from 66 to 71. And these motherfuckers know exactly what they're doing because the internet don't need to operate on this shit. There was nothing wrong with the internet in the motherfucking 90s. It was fast to fuck enough. And then they started making this bullshit as they started deconstructing it, saying, oh, there's too much people in one service. How the fuck can that be if it's in the fucking air? See, because people are fucking lambasting. This dumb. And you got a lot of niggas who go to school, oscilloscope and and then they get into the bigger things, resistors, transistors, capacitors and all this. And then they start learning how to reconstruct and build shit. And then they get into the finite mathology and wordology of the bullshitism that goes with making these things. So that way they're instrumental in their conclusive overcome or their implication of being indoctrinated into the bullshit to say, oh, nothing could go wrong. This is what this means. And R squared to the fucking whatever, XB over fucking 1. This is the numbers we're getting. 1001.005, 1001.05. And it goes on and on saying this is the binary code, which that's the bullshit. And that's how a lot of these dumb motherfuckers will talk to you. And then they really believe because of the circles. They've acquiesced this other thing because they're creating 6 figures. So they're above you. The person that likes to look at plexiglass and women's buttholes and a whole lot of other perverted deviant things, sorry, not sorry. The reality is these motherfuckers talk a language which is fucked up and goofy. And continue to do dumb shit, perverting the things of natural order because they have actually been conditioned to accept a new order. These are the dumb motherfuckers. And then the skin suit motherfuckers wearing, right? The skin suit wearing motherfuckers. Because you don't know no better. Somebody can say, oh, deplorably, that's hypothetical, but we want to make another war of the worlds for you. And we want you to know about explosives, and your kids need to buy G.I. Joe plastic guns and M4s and everything. While we're trying to take them away from you, but yet we want to give everybody guns and weapons so they can fight a war that shouldn't have happened based on this. But their tolerance and intolerance allows you not to see anything based on your false convictions and your religious ideology that everything can be saved because of a Jesus Christ factor or a Muhammad, which both was murdered, but yet they want to extrapolate on something that never existed because you don't really get how the story was laid because from the foundation of your exception, you've been told nothing but a lie 120% of the time. Did that make sense? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Ladies, you are the power. Men, you're supposed to protect that power. That's why you're the strength. I'll see y'all here shortly. I don't say y'all because I don't believe in y'all Beth. God, I need to speak to myself. If I choose to fuck to be. I'll see y'all soon.